How many past lives have you had? None. None. This is this twig is like a soul. And this twig is on maybe a bigger twig, it's on a branch, on a tree. The thing that's, you're a small part of a much larger being. The thing that you're a part of that you can't see with the physical senses has an enormous lifespan, but you know, it's not something which has always existed and will always exist. The monad from which you spring it comes into being, it's created, and it will die. But its lifespan is way beyond your ability to comprehend with the human mind. Monads must be in scale, temporal, otherwise you would overpopulate creation eventually if you just kept creating new monads. So any realm, anything that comes into being has life in any realm which is populated. Everything is born and everything dies. Right? So this is the soul extensions. Right? You're a soul extension. The soul grows a soul extension. You're a soul extension. Leaves grow. They're not around for that long. That's a nice looking leaf. It made good choices. That one's got a bit of a stain, a bit of a blemish that really never healed properly. It's got a dead bit, right? Like souls can have. This one, it's not looking too good. If I hadn't have picked this soul off the oversoul tree thing, that leaf looked like it was going to probably wither and die and fall off pretty soon. That's your destiny. You have a gross destiny. You're born and you die. Your destiny is to rot in the ground. That's it. That's it. All you are is a leaf. Your destiny is to wither and die. End of story. You're not going to ascend. You're not going to turn into light. You're not going to last forever. You're not going to exist for eternity. You're a leaf. A lot of trees grow new leaves every year as part of their life cycle. And those leaves go through their life cycle, and lots of things can happen to those leaves, but eventually they just fall off and die. Right? They don't generate a new tree. They aren't permanent. In the grand scheme of treeness, not real fucking important. Just not. So, that's all you are. Has this leaf ever had a past leaf life? Can it have a past leaf life? Can you have a past life? You grow off the mother soul tree, go through your lifespan, then wither and die. But you take yourself so seriously and you act like you're the centre of the universe. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Do you feel pathetic? You're pathetic, right? If you identify as the leaf, that's all you know. If you think you're the leaf, and this is true for some of you, Mal, you do this a lot. If you think you're the leaf, nothing that the leaf experiences is returned to the knowing of the tree. It's only when the leaf feels the life force of the tree flowing through it and understands that it is sourced by that and has two-way communication and serves the highest good of the tree, that everything that the leaf experiences becomes part of the knowing of the tree, right? If the leaf, you, just think you're a body-mind, the leaf falls off and that whole life may as well never have happened, because the tree doesn't get any of the knowing, knowledge, wisdom from the experience of that leaf existing. It's just gone forever. The monad has many oversouls, just like the trunk has many branches. The branch has many twigs and the twigs have many leaves. You're the end of it. You're a temporal bit. Comes into being for existence for a few short decades, if you're lucky. Grows old, withers and dies. That's it. The leaf doesn't ascend. The leaf doesn't ever become a tree. This leaf, beautiful looking leaf, nice expression of leafness, nice expression of treeness. The tree will remember that leaf because it did probably the best job of all these souls, leaves here. So it likes the idea of this leaf. So in future, when it grows new leaves, because this one has been resistant to dying, this one has been resistant to being eaten, this one has weathered the drought and survived, still looking quite pristine. So when the tree grows a new leaf, it remembers that leaf because it did such a good job and bases a new leaf on that leaf rather than one of these leaves which didn't fare so well. That's how evolution works, guys. That's why you need to be considered a good idea. You don't reincarnate. You don't reincarnate. You've dropped off and withered and died. But the tree, the soul tree that you're a part of, if you've made good choices, will remember you and base a new leaf, a new life, a new body-mind on you. Because you brought value to the tree. End of story. You're not very important. You can't identify as the body-mind. The soul can have many leaves at once. All of you have other versions of you alive now. Some of them probably overlap. This leaf might fall off while the rest of the leaves are still here, and the tree might decide to grow a new leaf. That leaf didn't necessarily start growing, all these leaves didn't necessarily start growing at exactly the same time. Because it's the soul that's growing the soul extensions, growing these body minds, right? Another version of you might die in Pakistan today. It may be 10 years, 60 years, 200 years before that little twig grows a new leaf. Or it may never grow a new leaf. Ever. That branch might be, because over and over again a leaf has been grown which didn't bring any value to the oversoul or the soul or the monad. So it's given up as a bad joke, chalk that up to experience, no more leaves grow there. So within the context of space-time, there may be other versions of you incarnate on this planet at this time, right? Some of those leaves, some of those other versions of you may have started growing before this body did, or may have started growing after this body did. If you were able to hold soul consciousness, not leaf consciousness, not body-mind consciousness, soul consciousness, you're aware of all those other versions of yourself, and you can draw on the wisdom, and then you can then embody and express collective wisdom. So, monads come into existence vast periods of time. Their life cycle is vast periods of time. In actual fact, the lifespan of a monad is eternity. Right? But eternity is not the entire experience of the cosmos. Eternity contains many forevers and many all of times. All of time is relative to universes and multiverses, which also come into being over vast periods of time. Sixth initiation is identifying as the monad, not as the fucking body mind, not as the fucking soul, not as the fucking oversoul, as the monad spawning many trees. Many trees. One is one is many is one, many is many. That's what it is to be supporting an ascended consciousness. Hold all of those states all at once. So if you identify as the tree, do you really think the most important thing is what this leaf wants? Or do you always, in each and every moment, maintain what's in the overall best interests of the tree? I'm not going to make stupid choices which are to the detriment of my leaves, but really, does the tree really give a shit what one leaf that's going to grow and die and wither and be gone very shortly? And there will be thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of leaves over the course of its life. If it lives to be 300 years old, do you really think it gives a shit about what that leaf wants or thinks it is? This leaf thinks it's the centre of the treeness. The tree thinks you're a fucking joke. The tree just thinks you're a fucking joke. What do you think the forest thinks about a leaf on a tree that thinks it's the centre of treeness? How seriously do you think it takes you? Why does it allow you to exist? Because you're a fucking joke and you amuse it. That's about it. Is that what you want to be? What's for the highest good of all concerned? A leaf, a tree that is primarily functioning as part of the group forest, and it makes all its choices based on what's for the highest good of the forest. Now there's a good idea. Now all those trees talk to each other through that ethereal network in the ground. We know this is scientifically proven now. Trees are able to communicate with trees that lived thousands of years ago because they are able to transcend time because of their desire to do what is only the best for the evolution of treeness. The same applies to you, as above, so below. The same applies to solar systems, the same applies to galaxies and universes and multiverses. Just different degrees of scale. Your gross destiny is to grow old, wither, die, and be no more ever. The part of you which is horrified by that is the part which has to go, or you're completely wasting your time and my time. So great solace comes from identifying as the soul, as the oversoul, because you start to feel the presence and the existence of all the other leaves, all the other souls, body, minds. And you can chat with them. You can learn from them. You can not repeat the same mistakes as them. And collectively, the soul, the oversoul, the twig, the branch, the trunk, the forest, learns, doesn't repeat the same mistakes. The monad becomes illuminated through your efforts of living and existing in a body-mind in the form realm. It becomes illuminated by you. It becomes enlightened through the mechanism of you. But how does that compare to the leaf that thinks it's the centre of the universe, that it's going to be a god one day and taken seriously, cherished, nurtured by not only the branch but by the trunk, by the forest, by the network of treeness? As a great idea, you want to be a great idea. If you're going to sit around all day and feel sorry for yourself and think this isn't fair, fuck the tree. Fuck the tree! Fuck you, tree! Bastard! How much value do you think you're bringing to existence in any way, shape or form? How's that clever? It's not clever. It's incredibly stupid. Rethink. Reevaluate how you do life. So the only value of these things is to be a localized source of that illumination, that enlightenment, that peace, that wisdom. But it's not generated here. That love, that compassion, that understanding, that gnosis, it's not generated here. It flows from the forest, through the tree, through the trunk, through the branch, through the twig, to you, the leaf. It's not yours. It's not yours. You're a vessel. Similar to a battery there with long cables hooked up to a light globe. The light globe is the local source of light, but it doesn't produce the light. It's not the source of the energy that produces the light. So the source can't shine the light here so that others may see in the darkness without you, but that's your only role. So be really good at that. Be really good at that. Until you get this right, you're the correct sense of proportion and where you are in the grand scheme of things, you're a joke. You're just a joke because you're so far away from the truth. The thinker likes to consider itself to be the centre of everything. And it justifies that because here I am and my senses are based here and everything seems to be happening around me. That makes me the centre of everything. Aren't I important? Know that you are a small part of a much larger being. You can't see the rest of that being, but you know it's there. Every time you sit here and I run a process, or Seg runs a process, or Amy runs a process, because we live out of that knowing. Ascending descension. That's what I've said, the ascension process is really ascending descension. You work on yourself. You get your shit together. Then you can reach out to the twig, to the soul. You can reach out and become aware of the oversoul. You can reach out and become aware of the life force flowing from the monad. You become aware of the universe that you're a part of. Once that happens, you become known to the central heart of the being that you are a leaf of. And it goes, oh, there's a bit of me there. I will reach through. And that's the descending. Once you've created that Antakarana, once you've created that connection back to your own source, then the energy of source flows through you. But not just the energy and the knowing, the gnosis, the wisdom of this incarnation, of every incarnation, of every leaf is available to you. Every leaf is available to you. Everything every leaf has ever done, or thought, or felt, or known, or grieved over, or lamented. But I have no illusions of grandeur. Michael knows what Michael is. Michael's purpose is to grant and express love, to be a local example and source here of my greater being. So you've got to get that sorted, and then you have the basis of true, masterful humility. It's a huge relief to not take yourself so seriously. The leaf, of course, has a function. It's important in the process of photosynthesis. To some degree, it contributes to sustaining not only the leaf, but sustaining the life efficacy of the branch, the twig, in a very small part. It contributes to the grand life of which it is a part. The tree is not going to do the leaf's job for it. The leaf has to perform its function and act out of its own life purpose and to the best of its ability. Also, that's part of the relationship with the tree. If it does that, the forest, fully on board, fully supportive. If the forest is doing a good job, the entire microbiome of the planet is behind that forest. If the planet is a good idea and doing its job in evolutionary terms, the whole solar system is behind the planet. If the solar system is a healthy cell, then the whole galaxy is behind the solar system, and so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. The restoration of harmony and balance. In, of, and for love, I choose to love, and love I will. I do my best to be a free agent of creative will of all that I am. The monad, the oversoul, the soul cluster of which I am a part. I choose to do my best to bring the wisdom, the understanding, the love, the fortitude, the insight, the awareness, the transformation, the spiritual gnosis of all that I am, to hear and then shine that and bring that, to illuminate this world. I call forth and accept a deep penetration and full and open radiation of my entire energy matrix and four-body system, of all available source coding, source gnosis, understanding, awareness, illumination, so that I may longer and better serve and help in this work of the healing to restore this planet to sacred status in, of, and for love, in service to all that is. I action that new knowing, and I choose to live my life in such a way that I can be the best leaf, soul extension, body, mind that I can possibly be. It's not a competition, but I'm trying to learn from all the other leaves, body, minds. I'm trying to learn all the time from all the other body, minds, so that I can be the best body, mind that this tree, this monad has ever thrown into the form world. Because if I surrender and choose to live out of and act out of the combined knowing of all of the souls that have been associated and lived through the mechanism of this monad of which I am a part, if I take advantage of all of that, hopefully I can be the best one ever. Not because I want to be important, but because I want to longer and best serve in my fullest capacity, in every possible way. Unconditionally, without reservation, without condition. So mote it be, make it so. It's that simple. That is what it is to get out of your own way. An eagle that should be soaring in the heavens, wandering around on the ground, flightless, thinking it's a turkey, is pathetic. and amusing. But pathetic. Mostly pathetic. I am. I am all that I am. I am the branch, the twigs, the other leaves, the tree, the forest. I am all that I am. One with the universal mind, one with the source of all life. I'm one with all life forms, and they are one with me. I'm love, I'm light, I'm truth, I'm peace, I'm wisdom, I am understanding. I am joy. I am harmony, I am balance. I am peace, I am wisdom. I am unity. And in all that I am, I choose to love, and love I will. I choose to serve, and serve I will. My love extends out into my environmental body, and my environmental body is entirely one of love. I choose to love, and love I will. I am. End of story. That's your story. There's no room for any other narrative in that story. May love restore the balance. Anything you'd like to share, Nerida? Best retreat ever? No, alright. Alright, that was just a little... Well, some of you have seen my branch process before, but...
Yeah, we're very, very excited that we brought it in today.
This is you being excited. Good, I'm just calibrating, that's all.
I'm excited.
Alright. Marg?
It's exciting.
Marg's really getting their stuff
I'm
at the
excited.
moment, so to some degree you can follow her lead. She's making some mistakes, but to some degree you can follow her lead.
It's exciting to...
Get it.
Yeah,
Really get it.
to feel them
Really get it. Not out there. To get it. Oh!
in here
Oh!
and through.
Oh!
And to open my eyes and see you.
And ground it.
And recognize with all those eyes this and align them.
Feels good.
Yeah.
Anything compare?
No.
No.
Nothing.
No.
No. By far.
I want this for all of you. You're starting to get it.
I want to get
You're,
it a little
you're
less
starting
wrong.
to get it.
A little less wrong every day.
You've done it before, Jan. Just remember how you did it before. It's still the same. Still the same. There's just more shit out there trying to distract you.
I can feel it really deeply. It's connecting.
Allow it to be. There's no reason good enough to stop it once it starts. It will. The alchemical fires will consume you and it will transform you. This is a transfiguration of the highest order. But you have to play your part. You feel that stillness in the room, the peace that passes all understanding. That's because some of you are starting to really experience serenity. And that's that peace, that spiritual peace. Imagine if you're all holding that in all moments, bringing that to the world. Imagine the effect that you would have in consuming hate, transforming hate, showing people a new way. And even just bringing that to your attention, your egos have started to shut it down. You feel a shift in the room? That's you doing that. That's you. That peace trying to take root, and your egos are already trying to stamp it out. Because you want to maintain the illusion of separate self. You want to maintain the illusion that you're fucking important. That you're doing this. That you're going to be illuminated. You're going to be enlightened. You're going to ascend. Bullshit. Your only destiny is to wither and die and be no more. Get out of your own way and stop interfering with what's going on. So if you identify with the branch that you're a leaf of, it already knows how to do this. But you as the leaf need to give yourself over to allowing that to occur. That's all that's got to happen. Everything else is in place. Humility is where all the magic is. Because gnosis, because unconditional love, the life, creative life force, it's trying to flow into every part of creation. If it's not flowing into you and through you for your fullest potential and benefit, we know the universe is benevolent, you are preventing it. All you've got to do is stop preventing it. And you do that by going into agreement with God, going into agreement with the truth. The more you stubbornly choose to believe stupid shit, you deny yourself unity, connection, and co-creation with Source. Because you've been given free will. You've been given the opportunity to choose to suffer as much as you want, or to let all that go and choose to be illuminated and enlightened, because Source flows freely and unimpeded through you. That's your choice. And humility is the key. Correct sense of proportion, choosing to honour your life's purpose and your life mission. You do that, you remove all the impediments. And then love and life will flow through you to your fullest potential. And that's when all the magic starts. That's all I've done. That's all I've done. I don't know shit. I'm just a fucking leaf that's going to wither and die at some point. You know? But it all flows through me and it's all there when I need it. And I champion it and I protect it and I don't allow it to be contaminated by other people's bullshit. And it's amazing. It is amazing. The power of the Holy Spirit times infinity. That's what I wish for all of you. You've all... I'm talking to the fucking twig now, I'm not talking to the leaves. I'm talking to the twig, the branch, the tree. Remember this. Reorient and choose this. Alright, yeah, have a wander around. Grounding, express love, grounding, express love. I am a fucking leaf. And while I'm a leaf, I'm going to be the best leaf I can possibly be. I'm a leaf full of twigness and branchness and trunkness and rootness and rainforestness. Okay. You can do this. You can be this. I'm just reminding you that you can do and be it. And removing a few impediments along the way. Off you go. Love you. No, I really love you.